Alright, so let's say we are asked to name this compound. What do we do? Now, first things first, just looking at this, we can see that this compound is a symmetrical compound. And by symmetrical compound, I mean from the middle section to the left is the same thing that I have from the middle section to the right. So I have the same thing on both sides of this compound. That means even if I do my upper numbering from left to right and lower numbering from right to left, I'll have the same thing. Alright, so in that case, let's take the upper numbering. So I'm having from left to right, I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, when it comes to naming compound, your first rule is to get the longest continuous carbon chain, which in this case, if I choose to take, let's say I take from here and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whichever way, 7 would be your longest continuous carbon chain. If I start from the left hand side, I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 7 whichever way you go. So that means this numbering can work. If I also go lower numbering, I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So rule 1, get the longest continuous carbon chain. So if I'm done with this, if you observe this compound again, as I said, it's a symmetrical compound, so hence the same thing on both sides. So I'll just choose to work with either the upper numbering, that's this one here, this one up here, or I could choose to work with the lower numbering, which is this one here. Alright, so for this one, I'm going with the upper numbering. Now I'm going with the upper number because it's the same thing on both sides. Alright, so having done this, my next task is to get my substituents, of course. If I want to get my substituents, first things first, how many substituents do I have here? I have this one here. CH3 is actually methyl. Okay. This one here, if I combine them, this is C here and C here, which is C2. Now if I combine the hydrogen, H2H3 combined gives me H5. C2H5 is actually ethyl. That's part of the alkyl group. So this is ethyl. What I have here, this 1, 2, 3 gives you C3. Combine the hydrogen H2H2H3, that gives you H7. C3H7 is actually propyl. So what I have here is actually propyl. Alright, from the alkyl group. Okay, what I also have here is also ethyl, same as on the left hand side. Also, what I have here is methyl. So these are my substituents. All right, I've already explained the concepts of substituents and what all of this means, the alkyl group and the substituents, in my previous video on how to name organic chemistry. All right, or how to name organic compounds. Okay, so you can check out that video to know how or why these things are called the alkyl groups and why they are called methyl, ethyl, propyl. All right, I'll leave a link to that video in the description. Now let's proceed with this. So having done this, how do we name this compound? First things first, number 1, longest continuous carbon chain. If I look at this, it's 7. 7 gives us what? Hept. So I'm having hept. That's my rule 1. Rule 2, I'm to look for the functional group. If I look at this, all of these are single bond. Single bond means the functional group is an alkane. So I'm having alkane. That means if I combine these two, what I have here is hept combining with an alkane gives you a heptane. So I have a heptane compound here. Number 3, I'll bring in my substituents. By my substituents, in this case, I mean my alkyl group, that's the methyl, ethyl, propyl that you have here. Now, in arranging the substituents here, I'll take according to alphabetical order. And by alphabetical order, I have ethyl, that's E coming first, and then methyl, M coming next, and then propyl. So by alphabetical order is ethyl, and then methyl, and then propyl. Alright? So it depends on the author. Some author will say you should take according to position. But for this, we are using alphabetical order. So let's take the ethyl first. So if that's true, so my third thing was the substituents. Substituents. And we'll see we are taking ethyl first, and then methyl, and then propyl. Alright, so with this done, let's see how we can name this compound. So first things first, let's take the ethyl. Observe that this ethyl is attached to carbon 3, that's this. Also, this is attached to carbon 5. So it becomes 3,5. Since I'm having two ethyl, it becomes diethyl. Alright, so let's write this down. So it becomes 3,5. Name of the compound becomes 3,5, 3, 5, diethyl. Okay, so I'm done with ethyl. Let's pick methyl. Methyl is at position 2 and 6. So it becomes, use a hyphen there. That's 2, 6. Since I have 2 methyl, it becomes dimethyl. So you use di whenever the compound is 2. Alright. Next up, I'm done with methyl. Let's pick propyl. If I look at propyl, I have just a single propyl here, which is attached to carbon 4. So it becomes 4 propyl. So it becomes hyphen 4 hyphen propyl. Alright, so with this now, I am done with all the substituents. I will now take the parent's name, which is what there, heptane. So 4-propyl heptane. Alright, so with this now, if I look at this compound is called 3,5-diethyl 2,6-dimethyl 4-propyl heptane. Alright, so that's how you name this compound. So basically, this is how we name organic compounds. Alright, so I've made a complete playlist on how to name organic compounds. To check out the playlist that contains all the videos on a step-by-step guide to name organic compounds, simply click on the video you see here. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video to your friends so that they can also learn. You can also get my complete organic chemistry course on all the homologous series from my website. I'll leave the link to the website as well as a step-by-step guide on how to get it in the comment section. So check the pinned comment. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, share this video, and if it's your first time, please make sure you subscribe. Thank you and see you in the next class.